Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 10th to the 16th. This is for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising, and we're going to jump right into it. This is a big week. We're kicking off this week actually on the 10th on Sunday because that is the day of the new moon in Pisces. I love this new moon. Now, remember, there's a lot of activity happening in Pisces, but this new moon in Pisces, I love it. It's, I love the three-way dance that's happening with the sun and the moon and Neptune. Neptune is really, really active right now. It's very spiritual. It's very spiritual. It's very meditative. It's very healing. I love this new moon. Now, for you, Sagittarius, this new moon in Pisces, Pisces rules your fourth house of home, of family, of children, of parents, of your significant other. I mean, your real estate. Like, think about like the foundations of your life. I would not be surprised if some of y'all are moving. I would not be surprised if you're doing something really big with your home or thinking about something at home. There's something here, especially with the North Node in Aries as well, and us approaching Aries season and Mercury having moved into Aries in your fifth house of pleasure and family and children and love and romance and things like that. There's big things happening, okay? Big things happening for y'all. I would not be surprised if some of y'all getting married, moving in with people that you've been seeing for a long time. There's so much happening. Maybe having a baby come into your family or you having one. There's, again, a lot to be excited about. Now, this new moon in Pisces, like I said, there's a lot of creativity associated with this new moon, as well as, like I said, healing, but like also like empathy. And it's just such a very intuitively active as well. And it is going to be this really good time to set intentions for new things that you want in your life. Okay. Put a lot of energy out there. I mean, it is daylight savings. You get an extra hour. All right. You get an extra hour. The other thing is Jupiter is still very harmonious with Saturn. Okay. So, definitely just, there is that stability and expansion that's happening in your life. Now, on the same day of the new moon in Pisces, Mercury will sextile Pluto. So again, there is something here that will likely have to do with like family. And when I say that, Pluto is Pluto's in Aquarius for 20 years. Okay. But Pluto being in Aquarius does rule your third house. So not only will this be a hugely communicative time for you, there is definitely something that you're going to have conversations around this date, okay? Because two things: Mercury is the planet of communication, right? And logic and thinking and whatnot. And it's sextiling Pluto, which is in your third house of communication and logic and thinking and whatnot. So there's a level of depth. You may have some really deep thinking around this time. Anyway, you would have some really deep thoughts or really deep conversations about your future, about the things that you want. All right. So really keep that in mind. Remember, Pluto has that intensity, but also that level of depth. We are going deep. Remember your monthly forecast that I talked about this, and think about the Mariana Trenches. Okay. There's been more people in space than the bottom of our ocean. There's a lot of mystery down there. And so there may be you like going deep, all right? Because Pluto also rules, it's the underworld, right? But it's also like a lot of secrets and mysteries attached to it. So there could be some secrets coming around this time. And it could be even you revealing some things that you felt back for a long time. And you're like, okay, I'm going to feel really relieved talking about this. So Sagittarius, it is a really big new moon, but just remember, it is healing. Now, the one thing, oh gosh, look at what just happened. Oh my goodness. At the minute I said that, the Hierophant came out. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is blessings here. This is spirituality. This is really nice. Absolutely amazing. That is a little peekaboo from the universe trying to tell you something. And of course, if he comes out in your spread, then we know this is a big sign and we got to talk about this. Now, the thing that I was going to say, I know I dropped these readings a little bit early before the week. Just remember, if you're watching this before March 10th, that on March 9th, on that Saturday, Mars will square Uranus. So this is where Mars can be a little aggressive. Uranus is just so unpredictable. It brings those unexpected moments, right? So there could be something really heated that you just don't see coming. There could be a buildup. Now, I want you, particularly you, Sagittarius, okay? I want you to just, Uranus is in your sixth house. It's everyday activities. But it's also like work related matters. So there could be something in terms of work. There could be like, if you own a business, an employee could just like, I don't want to serve coffee anymore and just quit and things like that. Just be aware that there may be something surprising that comes up this day. Also, just don't like, because the sixth house rules health and fitness as well, do not go kayaking in the East River, when there's a snowstorm. Okay. Do not, don't pet any snakes in the grass. Like, just be mindful of things that, this is just unexpected things that could happen around this time. But definitely, there is some rebellious energy with, again, Mars is in Aquarius. Now, that said, remember what I said, with the day of the new moon in Pisces, you're setting intentions, putting energy out there, what you want to manifest, the things that you want for yourself. The day that Mercury is sextiling Pluto, remember I said there's all this family energy as well. Well, Pluto also in Aquarius does represent what I said, your third house. Third house is also siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, things like that. So there may be something new, again, with you moving or something with family around here, something with family, but something that you're giving it a lot of thought for, or a thought to. Now on Tuesday, March 11th, Venus moves into Pisces. This is absolutely amazing. Venus is in her throne in Pisces. Venus is exalted in Pisces. There is just this sweetness to it, this allure, this dreaminess, even dreams. Actually, you know what? Venus, pay attention to your dreams. Please pay attention to your dreams, because this is, remember how I said Neptune is really active. Neptune does rule dreams, and it is in Pisces where it's native. Anyway, just remember, dreams could be a big thing. They could be telling you things around this time, but also creativity is very active with Venus in Pisces. But it's just a very soulful, like romantic, whimsical. It's so nice. And remember, it is not only for this week. Venus is in Pisces for the rest of the month. This is your fourth house of home, family, children, your domestic sector, the foundations of your life. So just remember that this is such an amazing aspect. It's like you giving out free hugs. That's how you're going to feel. Venus is very feminine, and so is Pisces. All right. And Pisces is, water sign, just that emotions, right? So very emotionally moving. You could even feel this emotional charge for the next few weeks. But at this point, on the 11th, on March 11th, we've got the Sun, Venus, Neptune, and Saturn in Pisces. So a lot of buildup in your fourth house of home and family. Now, over the weekend, the moon will be in Gemini starting on Friday. And I like this, okay, because this is in your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. Again, do you see that there's a lot of stuff happening at home, okay? And it can be just like one-on-one relationships or partnerships, whether it's like, like a lover but it's career related too. It could be very career related. Gemini is a very creative sign. There's very social though. It's going to be a social weekend. I want you to take advantage of it and communicate. I want you to be communicating a lot, but it could be a lot in terms of love and romance anyway, because, Mercury did move into Aries as well. So you're going to feel that throughout this week. And that is your fifth house of love and pleasure. But again, creativity and self-expression and procreation. So a lot of y'all, again, maybe having babies or welcoming babies in your life, or even pets too. I mean, you have all this activity in your sixth house. But this is a very enthusiastic weekend. Your curiosity could be piqued. You're going to have a lot of mental fitness, a lot of mental activity. So just keep that in mind. And let's do it. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Sagittarius, for the week of March 10th to the 16th. This is again for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. If you want to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other placements in your chart, you are absolutely welcome to if you want more insight in those areas of your life. But Sagittarius, let's get started, see what's going on for you for March 10th to the 16th. Now, Sagittarius, I do a traditional cult to craft spread. Really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Sagittarius, y'all are amazing. You know I love you. Thanks so much for being here. I hope that you are, oh, wow. I hope that you are you're good. I hope that y'all are having a great week. You see what's happening here. Okay, you're absolutely good. Look at this. This is a week where there's a lot of forward momentum. It is clear as day. I just want you to get out of your headspace. And it's also, when I talked about that Mars Uranus square, definitely remember, it's almost like also be mindful about, the way that you do communicate. All right. So there again, if there is not seeing eye to eye with a family member, lover, colleague, or whatnot, just be mindful about the way that you communicate. Now, you did get the Eight of Swords. Okay. So very interesting. This is, well, the Eight of Swords, it came up in your past. So there could have been moments where you've just been really in your head. Now, with this new moon in Pisces, there is that sense of, it is a lot of like subconscious at play as well. That's what Pisces does, rule the 12th house. And we do call this card like the self-victim card. She put herself in this place. She doesn't want to face reality. She put the blindfold on, surrounded herself with swords. She feels very protected. She thinks that she built this fortress where the reality is it's a prison. Okay. It's a prisoner of your thoughts, because swords are the mental suit. A lot of like things going on up here. So there could have been a sense of moving into that. And again, with Mars squaring Uranus, I would not be surprised if something may happen where you do go in your head a lot, and you feel a lot of protection there, just being like withdrawn. But remember, if you are going to go in your head, maximize that moment and unroot those things that you feel that may be holding you back. All right. So you definitely want to take advantage of that, especially because, and it can have to do with partnerships and a partner or someone, just another person. Let's just say that another person, because this is a Gemini card. It is attributed to Gemini. Remember, that is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. But even still, even if it's not, there is a sense of I'm going to show you something. You see her feet? She can walk out anytime she wants. So there is that element of choice here, right? Remember, it's the choices that you make. Like courage is a choice, right? So, I mean, I could go into it, but it's really taking that step out. If you feel that you've been in your headspace and really confronting some things that may be challenging, maybe those low energy frequencies where you're just like, oh my goodness, I don't want to, but you're going to have this breakthrough if you do, and that's going to be very nice. And the one thing about Mars squaring Uranus is all about breakthroughs, so you definitely can have it. It looks like you will, because it looks like you want it really bad. Look at your entire spread here. You have the Chariot and the heart of your spread. Absolutely amazing. One of the reasons why, by the way, this is really amazing, and this may be a very significant week for you, is because the Chariot is Cancer, is attributed to Cancer. Cancer rules your 8th house of transformation, death and rebirth, life cycle. So very, very nice. You see, he's just charging forward. He's got that courage. He's got that willpower. All right. He's got that self-determination. He's like, no more. Look, you're going from the 8 of swords to the Chariot. So there is this like, nope, I don't want to be in that position. I'm going to move forward. Okay. I'm going to take that blindfold off. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to face everything. He's got so much courage. He's got so much courage going after his hopes and his wishes and his dreams and all of that. You see the stars in this little thing, right? So there is a sense of, if there are these dualities in your life, it's like mastering them now. It's having that confidence to master them, right? As indicated with the 2 Sphinxes going opposite directions. I'm going to show you something else too. You see there's no reins here. So how is he actually controlling these Sphinxes? Up here, it's all about that mindset. It's all about that, remember, that willpower. And so coming after the 8 of Swords is actually great. It's this breakthrough. It's so really, really nice. And it seems like there is something new happening too. And the reason why, well, I'll tell you in a second, because you do have the 5 of Swords too. And so you have the 5 of Swords in your challenge area. So again, This week, just be mindful about how you interact with other people. You don't want to push them away. You don't want to be, the Regina George of, your life. Like, you just be cool. Just be cool. Stay frosty. You're going to be good. You see the Five of Swords here. This card ultimately is all about, asking yourself. It's all about like self-respect, self-dignity. It's like, do you really need, can you drop your swords like everyone else has, right? So it is in your area. So there may be something, again, where there could be something you really just want to just have this argument or have this fight, but just be diplomatic, be cool. Remember, it's all about the way you communicate. And I'm doubling down on that because this is an Aquarius card. And remember, Aquarius rules your third house of communication, right? So really keep that in mind. There's some internal conflict still too, but again, there's so much forward momentum, and you have the Page of Swords in your crown. Look at your entire spread. This is indicating to me you do want to move forward. You do want to. You want clarity. You want this to be in this great headspace. Page of Swords in your crown, all right? Pages are the newbies in the royal court. They bring that fresh new energy, this so much enthusiasm. Remember, swords are the mental suit, all right? So there is this enthusiasm, and do pay attention to your dreams, okay? I really want you to. Remember, there is this, the pages are messengers too, okay, in your crown. Really big thing here, but yeah, you're ready. You're set. There's this new way of looking at things. That's happening this week for sure, especially because you got the Ace of Wands and the Riddier spread. And so there are things you want. There are things you want. And so it's like you moving forward, but everything, okay? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, bring it all together, all right? You are one big package, okay? And you're moving forward. And quite literally, too, with all this fourth house activity, you could literally be moving. Remember that, or have changes at home, or just something, just all this forward momentum. And I'm going to show you why. Pages, remember, newbies, right? They kick off the court cards. The newbies in the royal court. The Ace of Wands, aces, usher in that new change, new beginnings, new life cycles, especially with the hopes and the passions that you have. You see the leaves sprouting from that wand there. So you definitely feel this newness already. So remember, plant those seeds. This is a new moon in Pisces. And then lastly, remember how I pointed out, the charioteer doesn't hold on to any reins. Well, then what is in his hands? The magician's baton from card 1, having the power to manifest the things that you want. I mean, new. Like, look down your cross, like all this newness. Now look into your future. 8 of Wands. So when I say forward momentum, whoa, wow. These wands are so invigorating. They're so lively, right? They're so enlivening too. They're in their happy place here. They're in the air. I love this. The other thing is, look how aligned they are. So everything is just starting to align for you now. Everything is going to start aligning for you this week, and you're going to feel almost like at home, like in your comfort zone, because this is a Sagittarius card. This card is attributed to Sagittarius. So you're good. So again, look at all this forward momentum. The only thing that could stop you back is yourself being in this headspace. So unroot things. It looks like you're going to. It looks like you want to. That's all you want, and you're absolutely good moving forward as long as you. And also avoid, like, again, the way that there may be something that you're like, right? But just be cool. You're Sagittarius. Y'all are fun. Y'all are, adventurous. And anyway, let's get to your stuff. Sagittarius, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. I'm curious. I want to know. Are y'all moving? Y'all tell me. And if you're a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I truly appreciate you. Very grateful. And wow. Whoa, you are definitely going to have a week. You're definitely going to have a week, okay? Here's the thing. You look at this. Okay, let's get started. So the first of 2 kings in your stuff, okay? The King of Wands. Absolutely love this for you. Remember how I said this is going to be a very spiritual week where it seems like that you're definitely going to go within, really feel that intuitive side of you. And I encourage it. I want you to, we make karmically good decisions when we're in touch with our intuition. You use your intuition every day, Sagittarius. You know that. We all do. It's a matter of just really, really deeply connecting now. Really, really honing in on that. Because when you do that, you have no fears. Everything makes sense. Everything's aligning for you. But in any case, I'm only bringing that up because the King of Wands is Leo. This is a very spiritual week. In fact, a very spiritual month and like healing. It's all about healing. But the King of Wands is Leo, and Leo does rule your ninth house of spirituality. All right. So really going that deep. But this is also, there's this sense of like, you just want to be on top. You just want to be on top. And then again, there's that restless energy that may happen over the weekend with that, with the moon in Gemini, even throughout this week, because Pluto in Aquarius, again, is in your third house of communication too. So there's a lot of that happening. But it seems like that's all you want. And it's this big transformation. And it's like you just having all the passions that you've been seeking and really, really soaking that up and knowing that you've made it. And I really love this. There is this almost like this it's almost like being heard and being seen and being influential at this point. Like really focus on that because you can have it. You can have it all. Now, you got the Tower. Came up in your external factors area. So yes, there is going to be, as I said, with Mars squaring Uranus, this card is attributed to Mars. It is Mars. Okay? So there is going to be something that is like unexpected that does happen. And it just seems like actually, when you look at your entire spread here, it looks like something may have already happened that did put you in this headspace, right? Where it's like, what just happened? And that is fueling you to move forward because you're like, okay, I've had enough. No more of this. I'm going to change my mindset. I got all this new things. True death and rebirth here. This is true death and rebirth. But the Tower, it is that card that everyone is like, when it comes out. But listen, never fear the Tower card. First, if you fear the Tower card, you're already building a blockage for yourself, right? So never fear it. Because I know a lot of readers like, they're like, Tower card. Secondly, the Tower moment doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. Okay. What comes after the Tower? The Star, right? Healing and wisdom and stars aligning for you. And even the card itself, look at the Tower. It's still standing. Okay. It's just lightning knocking off that crown. All right. So there could be something that could be actually, that this represents ego, right? So there could be something that like really has that impact on, and you're just, okay. Now, the other thing is with the Tower moment, I really do want you to pay attention to Mars squaring Uranus, and just be, again, it's just something unexpected. Every Sagittarius is different. I say this all the time. Y'all all have different rising signs. Y'all have different birth charts. That's what makes you different from every other Sagittarius, right? So some Sagittarius may feel it like a 2 out of 10. Some may feel it at like a 4 out of 10 or whatnot. But it does look like it's what a lot of y'all actually want. A lot of y'all are possibly going through it. And then when you look at your entire staff here, whatever happens, it could be very emotionally impactful. And you could be like, what is going on? But it's almost it's fated for you. It's fated for you. So after it happens, you'll see a lot more clearly. That's what you want anyway, right? And so see it as actually a good thing. See it as a really good thing. I mean, look at this. You're good. I mean, look, you got Justice too. Come on. You're really, really good here. And, we are approaching that the lunar eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra toward the end of the month. So a lot of y'all we're all approaching that. We're all going to feel that. And, justice is attributed to Libra, which is why I bring it up. But there is this sense of all you want is this fairness now. You want truth and nothing but the truth. You want to be honest with yourself. You want this balance in your life. This is, it's almost like here's the thing. I want you to take action. You know, this is all about you. The Chariot is all about action. The Page of Swords is action, right? There's action here, movement with the Eight of Wands, right? This movement, things happening, something's going to land for you, something that you want because you're so driven toward it. Now, one thing that I want to mention looking at your spread is that remember, actions have consequences, right? But equally so, inaction have consequences too. So I want you to take that action this week, okay? And I just want you to be mindful about the way that you communicate. Now, lastly, you have the King of Cups. You're going to be on top. You're going to be fine. Speaking of kayaking on the East River, Hudson River. Look at his throne on top of the water that is super turbulent. Nothing's going to knock him off that throne. He is well balanced. He is emotionally stable. Cups are emotions. You're good. What's happening here is you sitting in this throne, feeling not only emotionally stable. He is the most intuitive king. Okay, he is deeply psychic and deeply loving. He leads with his heart. He has so much love to give. He has a full heart. Okay, and so there is it's like you're moving into this place where everything is just so much better for you. You're really good. So see this Tower moment as a really good thing. It may not be in the moment. You may be like, oh shucks, I just did not see that coming. But then everything else. But do you see how it like moves everything for you? The smoke clears. I mean, you're absolutely good. You're absolutely good. You got the Eight of Wands in your future too. So definitely everything's starting to align for you now. Remember, there's so much enthusiasm and swiftness and movement with the Eight of Wands, and they're all aligning. And it definitely something is going to come to fruition, and something's going to land for you. So definitely set those intentions this week. You do have this powerful new moon at your disposal for you to put your energy out there. And it looks like a lot of y'all will. Again, you have this newness all down your cross, and then it's saying, whoosh, it's going to move fast into a place where you're so emotionally comfortable. All right. And again, it is a very emotionally moving week as well. So you're definitely going to feel it. So Sagittarius, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Next week is a huge week. We got a lot going on. We got 2 conjunctions. Okay. Both in your 4th house of home and family and children. We got, Sun moving into Aries. You're going to love that. Sagittarius, you're moving. Speaking of moving into more freeness, more freedom, more comfort. When we move into Aries season, again, that is your 5th house of pleasure, of love, romance, creativity, recreation, going out there, going fishing with the family, things like that. And then we also have Mars moving into Pisces. We'll talk about that, but you see a lot of activity in Pisces happening, all in your home sector. So Sagittarius, thanks so much. I will see you next week.